I have something really exciting in store for you. Today, we are going to be looking at 4 different Prix de Lausanne prize winners and comparing their Prix de Lausanne performances to their professional performances later on in their careers. Hi everyone, my name is Christina. I was a professional ballet dancer with the Estonian National Ballet for 12 years, and now I'm the founder of a big online coaching platform called Face the Var. If you love comparison videos, then you're definitely gonna love this one, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video. All right, everyone, let's jump straight into it. We're going to start with the oldest video, and this is Carlos Acosta at Prix de Lausanne in the year 1990. Carlos Acosta was the prize winner of 1990, and if you don't know him, he was an absolutely incredible dancer. Ended up dancing with English National Ballet, the Royal Ballet in London, American Ballet Theatre, the National Ballet of Cuba, many companies, absolutely incredible artist. So we're going to start with his Prix de Lausanne video, and then we're going to see how he danced later on in his professional career. Okay, so this is him in 1990 performing the solo from Don Q. Okay, guys, I'm going to be commenting live. I'm going to leave all the original links in the description box below so you can watch them with no commentary, which I highly recommend you to do. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look.
J'aurais fait le tour de tous les concurrents de cette finale.
16 years old, guys. We're gonna be a little bit picky, so you can see that all the tricks, obviously, and everything is there. The foot articulation perhaps is not obviously at its peak yet. I mean, he has amazing pirouettes. Oh, that renversé was a little bit short for my liking. Perfect position. Also, you see when he went to his knee, he was a little bit too unfuss. I think that was a slight mistake. Would have been nicer if he was at a bit of a angle. Fantastic arabesque here. Beautiful. You see here, he's at a more of an angle, so it looks slightly better. Okay. I feel so bad always because obviously we're going to be comparing them from when they were really young to them in their professional careers. I feel really bad kind of saying things about somebody who's just 16 years old and he was a prize winner at this competition. But like I said, comparing him now to later on in his career, he has incredible feet. So the foot articulation here was not quite there yet. The artistry and the character, obviously, he absolutely nailed it. He's amazing at this solo. There were some little tiny moments with angles, but I don't think that was on purpose because obviously this is a very high stress environment. It's a competition, so not everything necessarily is going to work 100%. Absolutely amazing pirouettes. He's an incredible turner, both in the attitude, both the en dehors pirouettes, the arm placement, then slowly moving the arms to the hips. Incredibly well done. Super, super high arabesque, yet not a wacky arabesque, but it was placed there very nicely. So in general, for a 16-year-old, it's absolutely amazing, and I shouldn't really say anything at all, to be honest with you. Okay, so very interesting to see. And bearing in mind, yeah, technique, guys, has changed. This is 1990. Okay, it seems crazy to say because I was born in 92, but it is a fairly long time ago now. So absolutely incredible. So now we're gonna look at him with the Royal Ballet in La Fille So he's doing the male solo. I'm not sure what the year is here, I want to say it's the early 2010s, I think. But anyway, let's have a look at the fully grown artist that Carlos Acosta was. Okay, here we go. It's a really difficult solo because it's Ashton's choreography. Beautiful, you see beautiful positioning again. Perfect. Kind of a bizarre ending, very Ashton-y. Beautiful little extra hold there. And you see how the foot articulation has changed. Everything, all the transitions, every single step is fully articulated. Again, like, oh guys. Totally, completely effortless manage. Oh, fantastic. I mean, Carlos is a fantastic dancer. Carlos has everything that is required to be a good dancer. But you can see that obviously the people that I'm going to show you today, they are very special, and they were already very special at a really young age. So he obviously has got significantly better, but he was already basically there at just 16. Yeah, so I can see from this video, okay, yes, the foot articulation, maybe the movements are a little bit, the transitions are slightly cleaner, maybe the port de bras is slightly flowier, but all the tricks that he did, how good he was at pirouettes, how good he was at double tours, how good he was at doing manèges, and all of that was already there at the age of 16. So it's usually the in-between things, and the port de bras and the presentation and the articulation that gets better over the years with these artists, and obviously their acting skills if we're talking about dramatic ballets now. Okay, so very interesting to see the two side by side. So we're gonna move on to the next one now, and we are going to be looking at Diana Vishneva. She won Prix de Lausanne in 1994, and this is her Coppelia Swanilda solo. It's amazing, but I'm not going to say anything else. Let's have a look together. And by the way, just in case you guys didn't know, Diana Vishneva was a principal dancer with the Mariinsky Ballet. This competition here was when her career really took off. She got promoted incredibly young. She did Kitri with the Mariinsky Ballet in her graduation year, not even being in the company yet. So just so that you understand how special of a dancer Diana Vishneva was. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look. I'm gonna say this later. And she's just so beautiful. She was a Vaganova Academy student. And here, guys, I really want you to pay attention to that exquisite upper body and port de bras. You see how she left the head behind. You see how much chin work, even though it sounds weird, there is. You see how the port de bras kind of never fully finishes and goes immediately into the next movement. It's so exquisite from Vaganova. So much presentation everywhere. Even here, you can see that she's Vaganova because it's so delicate how she placed her arms into this crossed character position. You see how delicate? See how everything is, that the usage of the head and the chin and the eyes and the gaze is just everywhere. Never finishing. Just keeps going. I'm gonna say something about these Italian fortes in just a second. You see that? Oh, I love that from Vaganova. Like nobody else does it like that. I mean, obviously the legs are also perfect, but she just captures you with her upper body. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful person, dancer, wonderful costume, everything. I mean, I would say that this is already a full-grown artist. Like I said, you can really see that Vaganova upper body, how everything is always presented with the head, how the head gets used in absolutely every single second of the solo, how the port de bras flows so much, one movement into the next movement. Every single pose is not just finished, but it's finished with the head, it's finished with the fingertips. It's so beautiful to watch. Obviously, like I said, her legs are incredible, but if you cut out the legs and I just watch the upper body, I don't need to watch anything else. It's just so mesmerizing. And what's interesting about those Italian fuertes at the end is that she actually had an ankle injury at the time. So if you notice, when she does the Italians, she does not put her supporting heel fully to the ground, because obviously, maybe excluding the balancing style a little bit, usually in all the other schools, when you plie, you gotta put your heel on the ground. But in this case, because of her injury, she kind of ended up on this, I'm gonna say my favorite thing again, this semi-demi point, because obviously the more you put your heel to the ground, the more distance you have to push back up to full point. So she was trying to protect her ankle at the time, so she gave herself a little bit less distance to push up onto full point. Exquisite dancer. To me, already here, I see a full, like I said, I see a full-grown artist. And I can say that because if you cut off the legs, like I said, and you watch the upper body, if somebody can mesmerize me with their upper body like that, that is a full-grown artist for me, okay? But nevertheless, we're gonna watch her as an adult, mature artist. And here she is performing the Giselle solo from the first act, okay? So let's have a look. Malakov is her partner, by the way. You're going to see him for 1 second on the side. So here we go. I mean, to me, again, she's one of the best Giselles, because she embodies this innocence and this love for the world and for everything and everyone so well, the delicate nature. What you can see, however, from comparing the two videos, I would say, is that in the pre-video, perhaps the leg work, I mean, it was all there, but it was perhaps still a little bit blocky and a little bit drier, even though the upper body was stunning. But here you can see artists build this elasticity over time in their leg movements, and I would say that you can see it much more in this solo. Absolutely. I mean, I have to say, let's run to mom. I have to say that Diana is one of my favorite dancers of all time. She was exquisite at school, even though she got rejected so many times from getting into the Vaganova Academy. She's spoken about it herself countless of times that she didn't have natural talent that they usually look for in the academy. But because of her character, pushing through everything, proving herself all the time and working incredibly hard, she has an insane work ethic. She had it from the very beginning until the very end. A student from the beginning until the end. You can see that even as an artist who had a lot of experience, that she always remained a student. She always remained curious, and she always understood that there is something to improve all the time. Because there are a lot of artists who reach the top level and they kind of, think that, oh, there is nothing else that I need to do now because I'm at the top of my game. But the people who remain the never-ending students, so to say, are just absolutely incredible artists. And you can really see it from her work. Like I said, in the pre-video, the upper body and the presentation was already there. It's obviously still here. It's a little bit different in this solo because Swanilda there was no story there in the pre-solo. This is a story ballet, obviously. So you can see the little acting moments that are present in the solo, which makes it even better. But the only big difference that I can see, and it's not even necessarily that big, like I said, is that elasticy quality in the leg work. The same way that in the pre-video she extended out every single port de bras that she did, you can see it also in her leg work, more so than in the pre-video in this Giselle solo. If you have never seen Diana Vishneva and you've never watched videos of Diana Vishneva, then there are loads on YouTube. So make sure you have a look at them, because honestly, one of the best artists of all time. Okay guys, now we are moving to 2011 and we are going to watch Mayara Magri. So Mayara Magri won a scholarship and the audience prize at Prix in 2011, and then she went on to dance with the Royal Ballet in London, and she's now a principal dancer with the Royal Ballet in London. It's funny because I very clearly remember watching the pre-videos in 2011, and I remember really watching her, observing her, and just kind of knowing that she was gonna become something big, which she did. Okay, so we're gonna watch her Coppelia solo, and then we're gonna watch her as a mature artist on the stage of the Royal Ballet. Okay, so here we go. Mayara Coppelia. So, because we're being picky, okay, I would say that you're gonna see that the legs are perhaps a little tiny bit wacky here, and when she finishes, you see even here in the little développé, the leg just kind of arrives in the développé. So there's not that much elasticity or intention necessarily there just yet. And you're gonna see that when she does poses, the pose, it just kind of finishes. There could be a little bit more elbow work, and there could be a little bit more life in the fingertips and a little bit more head, like we saw in Diana's. solo from Prix, but nevertheless, this is just me being incredibly picky right now, guys. Yeah. But again, technique-wise, it's all there. It's gonna be nice triple pirouettes here. You see perfect positioning and everything in the pirouettes. Perfect retire passé, perfect arms, perfect spotting. There are some moments where she does really nice upper body work, but in general, the smaller moments, I would say that could be a little bit more fluid with the arms. And yeah, just placing the legs into the beautiful finish. Placing the legs into the final position, the final destination. That journey was a little bit on the empty side, but again, I just feel so bad saying this because I think she's also 16 years old here. So again, I shouldn't technically even say anything. So again, the base of everything is there. It's ready to go. The technique is there. It's ready to go. The jumps are beautiful. The turns are beautiful. The potential for the port de bras and for the artistry is all there. It's just fine tuning those little details like the intention and the fluidity of the arms and all of that. And you're really going to see the difference now when I show you the Waltz of the Flowers section where she's the lead in the Royal Ballet. So you're going to see immediately how things have changed. Okay. By the way, love this version, love the lead in this version. So let's have a look and you're gonna see the difference. Okay, here we go. You see how again every single movement from position to position is slightly like juicier, and it's more like placed, but there's a journey into that placement. The arms are much softer. This is a little bit, this is a really hard turn to do here. And you see how all, again, like the same as with Diana, and you can see with her as a fully mature artist, every single thing flows into the next thing, like non-stop almost. Yes, you stop in certain positions, but you see here as well, the arm and the head that kind of tilts and stays behind. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous lift. She's gonna leave for a second, but that's okay. We're gonna watch the four couples for a sec. Appreciate the beautiful set. I really, really, really love this version. The set is just so magical. She's gonna come back in a second. Beautiful. They're all beautiful dancers here. Stunning. You see how flowy everything is now. And oftentimes people do say that Royal Ballet is kind of, in terms of the port de bras, is kind of like on the drier side compared to Vaganova. And yes, Vaganova is expressive with the upper body, like on another level. But I would never say the word dry or that it's lacking something when it comes to the Royal Ballet dancers. You could see all the bodies here. You can see the same elbow movements. You can see the same head movements. And yes, it's slightly less, but to call it dry, in my opinion, is also not entirely right. So you could see the transition here. You can see the difference between the Prix and between the Mayara, who's a fully grown and fully developed artist. Obviously, her artistic journey has not come to an end yet, so she's gonna keep getting better and better and better. But in terms of the intention and the fluidity, there is a difference between the pre-video and between the flowers video. Okay, last but not least, we're moving to 2018 and we're going to be looking at the prize winner, Shale Wagman, who is 17 years old here and he's performing the solo from Don Q. Shale Wagman ended up first joining the English National Ballet, then the Bayerische Staatsballett in Munich, and now he's a dancer with the Paris Opera Ballet. So quite a journey for someone who is relatively young still. So let's have a look at his Don Q solo, and then we are going to compare it to Flames of Paris later on in his career. Okay, so here we go. I love the little moments backstage as well. Okay, you can already tell that the character is most definitely there. See all the heads, all the finishes, just with the sharp heads, everything that was very impressive. How it should be in Don Q. Again, initiated from the head, from the fingertips. Beautiful, beautiful position. That was incredible. It's also super flexible, which looks very good. Nice. I mean, here you are looking for the character and you're looking for those accents with the arms and with the head. Even at the very end, I mean, you can see those moments. That is what you want to see in the Don Q solo. What you want to see also is somebody showing off the tricks that they can do, using their strengths. So all of that was most definitely here. I can't even really say that I was missing something necessarily. I think that with time, I mean, obviously he's only 17 here, you're gonna have an energy that is even more masculine, because that energy is required. The masculine energy is required for the solo, but he still did it pretty good. Can it be more masculine? Sure. Can I expect more from a 17-year-old? Not necessarily. So I think that he did everything that was in his possession, let's say, at the time. Technique-wise, again, everything is already there. All the tricks are there. All the pirouettes are there. The transitions were clean. The heads and the accents were there. You're gonna see now that I think that from the Flames of Paris video, later on in his career, the same as with Carlos Acosta, I think you can see slightly better foot articulation, but to be honest with you, and slightly more masculine energy, because it's the same for the Flames of Paris solo. You need to have that masculine energy there. But in general, I mean, you could put him to dance in a professional company. He was ready for that. So very impressive. 17 years old, guys. Don't forget that. 17 years old. But nevertheless, here is Shale later on in his career performing the Flames of Paris solo. And now you can pay attention. Maybe you can watch it multiple times. You can pay attention to this, to his feet, and you can tell me if you see the same thing, that the articulation has improved and the quality in the feet has improved and the masculine energy perhaps has also improved. I think this Flames of Paris solo requires that masculine energy perhaps even more than the donkey solo. Let me know if you agree, but just because of both of the musics are masculine, but this one, for me, just slightly more. But anyways, let's have a look, guys. Here we go. You see the feet? You know what I mean? Gorgeous. Again, you see how always pay attention to the transitional steps. This is beautiful now, by the way. Like every single step in between is so clear. Here, didn't quite work out the way he wanted to, but look how he kept the position nevertheless and just rolled down. That is a quality. That is a very important quality. Not to lose the position, but be able to roll down. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know what I mean? I see the difference in the feet. I see the difference in the more of a developed man, let's say. Pirouettes, still amazing. Important quality, to repeat myself one more time, not to lose your position, but to roll down and finish the turn, even if you're on flat and your heel is flat on the ground, because it's going to be very clear to us as audience members that something happened if you were to lose your position and fall out of it. If you keep the position and you roll down, most of the audience wouldn't notice, because they simply don't have that thorough ballet eye, let's call it that. And what is so beautiful to see from Shale specifically is all the in-between steps, because in ballet we pay so much attention and place so much emphasis on all the big stuff. How did I do my turn? How do I do my big jump? How do I do my double assemblées, my double tours, my double soda basques, all of that? But we forget sometimes about the importance of, but how do I get there? How do I get into that jump? How do I get into the preparation to go into my turn? And in his case, by the way, if you're ever interested to see how clean somebody's technique is, screen record and watch it in slow motion. So just drag the play button, yeah, and you're gonna see all of those transitions. And I did that with this video and they were so clean, all of them. Slow motion reveals absolutely everything. And if you can nail a slow motion video, then you're done, you're good. So it was beautiful. Still, obviously, this young man is not even come to the peak of his career yet. So there's so much more still to come. I'm very excited to see how his journey is going to unfold at the Paris Opera Ballet. He's already doing incredibly well with his feet and his super precise technique and his petit allegro. He suits that company incredibly well. So very excited to see what the future has in store for him. All right, guys. So this is it. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to close this baby. Going to close this laptop. I hope that you enjoyed this comparison. I thought that it would be interesting to see those artists and watch them kind of side by side, the young version and then the more mature version. If there are more dancers that you would like to see, then you can leave the suggestions in the comment section below and I will consider making another part and comparing the journeys of more amazing dancers. If you love learning and developing your ballet technique together with artistry and together with a solid mindset for ballet, then sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. When you sign up, you're going to receive 14 days worth of free tips on how to improve all of those three important parts of your ballet journey. And afterwards, I'm going to keep emailing you on a weekly basis with even more tips. Like I said, completely free. You don't need to do anything except for click in the link in the description box below. So if you're interested, make sure to check it out. If you like this video, then don't forget to also give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on that notification bell to make sure that you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.